The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Welcome into the Weekend Weed studio, weekendweedbrewing.com. Drink different. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. This is the Sportsocracy, and the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals had quite the little battle going on. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in this game. I thought there were going to be way more points scored.
Frankly, I did too. There was a lot of between the 30s. I don't have a shitload of takeaway from this game.
No,
you?
I don't either. I don't feel markedly different about either team, other than I kind of believe that the Arizona Cardinals are better than the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, I absolutely believe that.
You absolutely believe that?
Oh, 100%. I also definitively believe Kyler Murray needs to run, period. 7 carries, 1 yard. It was the lowest QBR rated game he's had all year by 29 full points.
Yeah.
You have to have that threat with him. And San Francisco did a good job of containing him, keeping him in the pocket. There were several, rushes for loss. Mm-hmm. I just think he needs that to be dynamic. I look at Kyler Murray much like the same way I look at Lamar Jackson. Do I think he can throw for 400 yards?
Yes.
Do I want him to? There we go.
It's not the one you were looking for, but that's the one you got.
That's what. I just fuck it. It wouldn't give me the button I wanted, so I'll use that one.
No,
No,
Kyler Murray, 22 of 31, 239 yards, and a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins got into the end zone as well. Mm-hmm. 6 catches, 87 yards. I felt like he's been kind of pedestrian in this offense.
DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah. I mean, it's not superstar level. It's not. He's not going out and scoring 2 and 3 touchdowns every week like one might expect.
He's tied for 7th in the NFL in touchdowns.
Oh, I know.
Now he's 31st in yards and 40th in receptions. Mm-hmm. This offense is spreading the ball around very well. Mm-hmm. I can't remember exactly how the stat goes. I'm going to have to look it up. But in terms of eligible receivers that have caught passes, do you know how many players total have caught a pass for the Arizona Cardinals?
I'm going to say it's 12.
7. It's 7 total. Now, how many of those have less than 15 catches?
Oh, 4.
1. It's James Conner. That's it. Now, same question. How many have more than 23 catches?
4.
0. They have 6 receivers between 16 and 23 catches.
Okay.
Chase Edmonds, Max Williams, A.J. Greene, Rondale Moore, Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins. They all also have over 150 yards each, and one of them has more than 300 yards, and that's DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
This is just one of those. This is what scared me so much about this offense. Last year when I was touting them as the best team in the AFC or in the NFC.
You're right.
There's so many choices. And now you've added Rondale Moore instead of Andy Isabella. Mm-hmm. Christian Kirk has shown that he's, good at football. A.J. Green's still good at football. And it doesn't really matter that they can't run a greasy peg up a cat's ass.
Yeah.
And they, in large part, they don't even try.
Right.
I mean, between Chase Edmonds and James Conner, they barely have over 100 carries in 5 games. Mm-hmm. They don't even try.
But they're doing a lot with it, though.
And that's fine, and I'm fine with that.
Right.
I just want to see a more consistent presence from Kyler Murray. I'm okay with the amount he's running. I just, I think it's a little. I think eventually you're going to run into a problem that you can't run at all. Mm-hmm. And I'm afraid that you get into a game against one of these high-powered offenses and you can't salt games away. That's my biggest fear with them. Now, That being said, power rankings are tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here in the Sportsocracy. And if you're a Cardinals fan, you're probably really going to like the number next to your team.
And you're not going to be too mad if you're a San Francisco 49ers fan either. I mean,
my number will be markedly higher than anybody else's you've seen.
On the Niners?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think last week I had them in the top 12, and I'm not going to come off of that.
I'm right there. I don't know the exact number.
I don't either.
There are a few that I haven't revisited after last night.
I know they're in that ballpark, and they're still in that ballpark. Trey Lance, I mean, what did you think of his performance in his first NFL start? Now we know he got hurt. We know he hyperextended the knee in the second quarter.
That was what was reported. I don't know that to be true.
Right.
But he played through it. I know that much.
He played through it to the end of the game. He had 16 carries, 89 yards rushing, and he almost threw for 200 yards. Is that what you want to see from your rookie quarterback? Do you want to see him running 16 times and also getting hit 7 times?
I'm fine with that, with Trey Lance. I mean, it's going to be a growing process. The unfortunate thing for San Francisco is I now feel like you're closer to San Francisco than you are to L.A. and Arizona. You can still be a playoff team.
Seattle. They're closer to Seattle.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Whatever I said, I was. I mean, okay. I can't regulate at .08. So
yeah.
Hell, it's 5:30. I might already be drunk.
Deebo Samuel, he wasn't really much of a thing in the game.
No, the connection there didn't seem to be great. But you also got to think Trey Lance probably hasn't worked with him a ton.
Sure.
It's very telling to me that you didn't run the ball particularly well. Especially if you take Trey Lance away, you didn't do well. You didn't run it well at all.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Sermon, tried to tell you, he fits this scheme like I fit in a tankini. It's not good. It's telling to me that you had a rookie in his first start. You didn't run well. Nobody really stood out offensively against this high-powered team. You're on the road, and you still only lost by a touchdown.
Yep.
I know they're 2-3. I would argue that them in Kansas City are definitively the two best 2-3 teams I've ever seen.
Sure, I could get down that path.
I would say they're the best 2-3 teams I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if I'm ready to.
I mean, just look at the other teams in the league that are 2-3. Atlanta, Seattle, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Washington football team, and the New England Patriots. And then you have San Francisco and Kansas City. Two of these things are not like the others. Two of these things just don't belong.
Yep.
So I learned that on Sesame Street when I was a child, and here we are.
I don't know if I were a 49ers fan, I'd be too excited about Trey Lance
I think
starting for the long term.
I think you should be.
Really?
And you go into a bye week.
I mean, right away?
I would start him for the rest of the year. No doubt. I think he gives you a much higher upside, and look at who you play for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You play the Colts coming off a bye week on Sunday Night Football, and you play at the Bears on Halloween. That is 2 get-right games for Trey Lance. Those are valuable reps. These are valuable reps in the bye week. I understand he is hurt. Limited walkthrough, whatever. These are important reps. Because here's what I'm afraid is going to happen. What I'm afraid is going to happen is that Jimmy G is going to come back this week. He's going to get these reps. And then he gets hurt again. And your best case scenario is he comes in after the Rams game and you go Jaguars, Vikings, Seahawks, Bengals, Falcons. And you're doing that in a playoff run.
Right.
And that just makes me nervous. I would rather just do it now. Swallow the frog, do it now. He is your quarterback in the future. He is the best quarterback on this roster. Jimmy G might win you a game more right now. But I think at the end of the season, both of them can make the playoffs, and Trey Lance will give you the better opportunity to succeed in the playoffs.
Okay. All right. We shall see. Hit that subscribe button so you get all of our team-by-team content here in the Sportsocracy throughout the 2021 NFL season. And, of course, join us every weekday morning live right here in the Wicked Weed studio at 10 a.m. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and we will see you next time.